everybody, welcome to Review Time with iSlip. I am iSlip, and today we're going to be taking a look at the power of the Primes, Optimus Prime. And let's move this out the way. Here we are, looking at the packaging real quickly. He comes in this really neat box. It's pretty nice. It's got the power of the Prime's Prime insignias on the back of the box. You got Optimus Prime right there. And here you have the various stages of Prime, including Orion Pax. Now this is why I got this figure, for Orion Pax. I'm going to tell you what though, this box art here, you is lying. You is lying, because the reds ain't this red, and silver gray is not whatever color this is. But that said, it's a pretty nice figure all together. Anyway, let's go ahead and get rid of the box. Bring down the camera, roll the Prime in, and adjust. So here we go with, let's zoom on out, with our power of the Prime's Optimus Prime. And he's an okay truck mode. He, I don't know, it feels like either his cab is too big or his caboose is too small. It doesn't feel like it's in proper proportions, if I'm honest. What else? And then, of course, there's all this going on here. I mean, the whole figure is kind of gapish. I think, honestly, this would have probably made a much better Jinrai than Optimus. With the retooling of this, and then maybe retooling this part here, the truck mode, into something a little more Cybertronian, and then leaving the base figure, the robot mode, the same, and giving us a separate Orion Pax would have just been better than the evolution mode version. But I mean, otherwise it's not bad. We finally got an Orion Pax that looks like Orion Pax from the cartoon. We've gotten IDW Orion Pax, I guess. I've never actually seen him in the comic book. I had the comic book he was in. I didn't much care for him that much because he just looked like Optimus Prime, just younger without a faceplate. We've had cup retools into Orion Pax, which just used Cup's head painted in Orion Pax colors, which, I mean, the body, the alt mode in the body was fine, but using Cup's head, or anybody, or in the case of Titans Returns, using the Power Master head from the Power Master Optimus, it really didn't work, because it wasn't, again, the same shape head. It would have been better if they would have used Blur's head instead, because that actually was closer. But this is pretty much spot on in the robot mode. Take a look at the cab for a minute. It looks, I mean, the trailer, it looks really nice from the side. I hate the plastic that Hasbro is using now. It sucks. Hasbro, go back to the older plastics that you used. It's bad when the official toys feel like they're knockoffs, and the third-party toys, which used to feel like knockoffs, now feel like official figures. It is officially ridiculous. The colors kind of break up a bit because it has to be the body of Optimus, which is why this would have actually worked out better for Jinrai, because Jinrai kind of had the color break up like this. So that would have worked better. And the way that the cab integrates kind of reminds me of, you know, I mean, in Jinrai or Power Master Optimus Prime, the cab becomes the chest of the robot. It's a little robot that becomes the truck cab that becomes the chest of the robot. And that's basically what this guy does, just a little differently. You got weapon storage here for your gun. You can also plug it in up here. Go ahead and... Man, I just got this thing pegged together, and I gotta unpeg it. But... And does the trailer open? It kind of does. It's just really the feet. So it really doesn't do a very good job of, you know, pulling off anything remotely resembling trailer door, so I just leave that closed. But let's see if I can get this opened. There we go. And this is why I don't like the plastic, because even when you get everything lined up and pegged in, it tends to want to pop out. This plastic sucks. And that's a problem that's plaguing this whole toy line, really. If you look at it, with the exception of these guys, I mean, it doesn't really matter that the plastic's like that, because these guys are so tiny, there's not really much you do with them. But the bigger figures, the pegs, see, look, the pegs, I'm pushing it in, the pegs don't want to stay there. The plastic flexes way too much. This plastic is crap, and which is weird, because the plastic on the line on Titan's Return was, it used some of it, but for the most part it was a much better plastic. And I don't know, the Hasbro, you need to stop trying to cut corners, because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous that I gotta fight with this thing for it to stay closed. Like, you know. So you got your gun, you can separate the gun, and you can plug it in on the top if that's what you choose to do as well. You can do that instead. However you want to do it, that's cool. So let's get them back together again just for a quick, and that's the underside where you can see where this is where the robot is going to fit. There's the legs for the super combined mode. So here he is with Hot Rod, and I think I guess it's not too bad. This is a little bit too big for to be correct, but it's a little too big for the back end here. So it should be a lot stubbier. It should only come out to about maybe there. It's okay though. It's okay though. But yeah, so this is how they look together. Here's how he sizes up with Titan's Return Hot Rod. He is a bit small. Honestly, if I'm honest, he is a bit small to you know, for, you know, the truck mode. It's a bit small, but it is what it is. I mean, at least, like, I look at it this way: we're getting an Orion Pax. That's my main draw here, not the truck mode and not the super combined mode, even though the super combined mode is pretty nice. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's get him out of the way. And you also have pegs for Titan Masters and Prime Masters to, I guess, ride on. For whatever reason, you can do that. It doesn't make sense, but you can do that. There is no official base mode for this, but, you know, you can use your imagination. You can make a base mode if that's what you choose to do. I choose not to. I'm going to just put it to the side, and we're just going to go on to Orion Pax here. Now, this disappoints me. The reason it disappoints me is because this doesn't look like his Cybertronian alt mode. And what they should have done was they should have given him his Cybertronian alt mode, and then it would just be like he's a Cybertronian truck. You know, this could look like whatever. Then, you know, all these gaps and whatever, that'd be fine, you know. But they chose to give us a classic Optimus Prime. You know, I mean, he transforms into, I think in the episode where we meet Orion Pax, he transforms into like a futuristic Cybertronian, I was going to say futuristic, but we're in the future now. A Cybertronian truck even when he's in Optimus Prime mode, so I don't understand why they didn't just do that. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So anyway, transformation is fairly simple. What you're going to do is you're going to take, let's see what you're going to do. First thing you're going to do is go ahead and pop these up like so. And then bring these pieces around. Do the same thing. Bring these pieces around like that. And you're done with that part. Then you're going to separate what's going to be the legs from what's going to be the chest of the robot, like so. And just bring this on down. Be very careful because I don't know about you, but that happens a lot. That happens a lot. These legs, for whatever reason, pop out super easily. And I can see some mold flash in there. But they pop out super easy. I mean, they're easy to... Actually, they don't even pop in. Like, that one sort of popped, but this one just, you know, just went in. And I've been having that issue. That's one of the problems I have with not only the plastic, but just this figure in general, is that the Orion Pax don't stay in. The other part is that, why is this so hollow? This didn't need to be hollow. This actually should have been filled in. There's no reason for this. But, you know, Hasbro, in their ways to save themselves money. So, anyway, so that's that. So you turn, the legs were faced in, like so, and you untab them, rotate them like so, flip what are going to be the feet up, and that part's done. What you're going to do is now take these bits here, bring them out to the side, and tab them in. Bring these hands out like so. You can straighten out the arms and situate them now. And then you're going to bring this up, and then you're going to move this. Now, the back of the head becomes a trailer hitch, and that's sort of clever in one sense, but not so clever in another sense. And I'll tell you why. Because let's go ahead and transform the legs back. I'm going to transform the legs back into, whoops, into their vehicle mode. Bring it up like this. And so you got this. So then you take this and you bring this down and it tabs in, and then you're done. You're left with this big mess. There is, you tab it in, the head should go down further in between the legs, but it doesn't because of the way they did this. That was just not good. That was just, it was just not good. I mean, and then the thing is, the peg for the truck mode doesn't even go in all that much. It just kind of rests there, so it doesn't even like plug in. And I guess you could force it down even further to plug in, but it doesn't stay. It just comes right back out again. So I don't there was really not a huge reason why they had to do that, but they did. So yeah, that's a complaint. Now, here we go. Aside from that, and there's your Orion Pax, and aside from the legs popping off, that is my real gripe with this figure, is the legs popping off. Also, these heels, because they are on the inside, they don't really support the figure backwards. They don't support the figure backwards. So you can't really do very much in the way of posing. He's got a lot of posability, but the way his heels are, they don't support him. They really don't support him that well. And his toes they're not the tightest thing in the world either, and they don't lock at a flat angle. They go up, so your guy is constantly trying to tip forward or tip backwards. So that sucks. That sucks. Other than that, though, I have to say he looks the part. He looks like Orion Pax. Look at this head. Look at that head. Look at that. That's amazing. That is what I have spent 30 years waiting for. I mean, I remember eHobby. I think eHobby did a repaint of Cup and Dion, or Dion. I say Dion, but it's probably Dion. Into Orion Pax, and it was Cup and Wheelie repainted into Orion Pax and Dion. And like, I would have gladly gotten that toy, but I would have changed the head out. And then we got Orion Pax from IDW, who looked like Optimus Prime without a faceplate. And then we got the Velocitron? I forget which one came with an Orion Pax figure that it was Cup's body, which was a great choice for Orion Pax alt mode, but the head was not a great choice. The head was just it was just a Power Master Optimus Prime head. which was completely the wrong. Like, I guess for IDW's sake, that would have been fine, but, you know, I wanted this. This is what I wanted. This is what I got. And, I mean, so conflicted because, like, there's nothing really I can do with this figure. I can kind of pose him, but I got to be very careful about how I do it because he'll tip because, again, he doesn't have proper foot support. But that said, he looks amazing. If they would have done a different plastic, fixed his alt mode, and filled these in, he could have been a masterpiece figure. I mean, he's got the right amount of details to be a masterpiece figure. It's just, he's not. So you can take the guns, anyway, you can take the guns and you can give it to him and he can hold both halves of the gun. Or you can, if you want to, put it together. And he can also hold this gun like this part of the gun like a club because of the peg at the end. So he can, you know, use it as like a funky nightstick. But yeah, he's got guns. They don't really peg in very far, if I'm honest. It's really, there we go. They do peg in far enough. You just gotta apply a lot of pressure. And they look okay. They look okay. It's just weird to see him with guns because in the cartoon he never had a gun. In the cartoon he doesn't get the gun until he upgrades to Optimus Prime. Then he has a gun. As Orion Pax, he was just a, what was he? Like, he just pulled things along. That's all he did. He was a cargo truck, basically. So, yeah. So there's that. Go ahead and get the guns out, because I don't feel like they fit his character too much. Ouch! Alright, so let's go ahead and we're going to do a bit of comparison. Size comparison. Here he is with the Titans Returns Hot Rod Mines. Again, of course, this is all stickered up. So you can see that he is a Voyager-ish size. Let me see if I can grab my Voyager Megatron. Hello. Let me grab my Voyager Megatron so I can give you... Come here, Megs. Give you a proper size comparison. Let's move you out of the way. Okay. And here he is with Megatron, and he's like he's in between a deluxe and, let's go ahead and put that in there. He's in between a deluxe and a Voyager. A Deloyager? He's a Velux. In any case, yeah, that's how he stacks up. There you have him, and I like that Hot Rod is slightly shorter than he is. Also, I want to give a shout out to P.O. And I don't know if he's the one who originated this, but you can take... okay, when you have him transformed properly, this, according to the instructions, this is like this. And if you look this way, you can see his windscreen. But you can take this off. It's made to come off. As a matter of fact, when I got this, this wasn't connected. And then there's a little rectangular peg here that slots in right there. You can just use that, and it holds on pretty good. So there you don't have all that windscreen between his legs. So, I mean, you still have this back here, but it is what it is. Anyway, that's not the focus. I just wanted to throw that in there. But let's go ahead and get them together, and they look good. I have to say this. He is a much better made figure than this one. He feels more solid. If you look at his legs. They're not hollow. His arms are a little hollow, but not overly bad. Like, this is ridiculous. This is all the way up there, you know. And this is pretty solid, considering that when you open this up, there's almost nothing in there. Hasbro, a freaking panel, please. Something. But again, yeah, that's just it's a little gripe because you don't normally notice it too much. That said, though, I mean, not bad. And I love this figure. Now, going to get him out the way. He does have the Matrix of Leadership. It's in here. You do have to, you know, get this out of the way, which can be a little bit of an issue. Just go ahead and kind of half transform him. You can open that up and then open this up. And there's your Matrix of Leadership. And it is, it's Unicron's color. These are Unicron's colors. Like the silver gray with the yellow. But it's okay looking. It's light piped. Go ahead and pop this out, which is very hard to do because of the paint. Standard Titans Returns peg, head peg thing. So you can, if you want to, plug it into another robot's head. It doesn't turn, but this actually kind of matches Hot Rod. That's very strange. Very strange indeed. Okay, let's get that out. Come on. Oh, that's in there tight. There we go. And then, to the same effect, you can take a Titan Master. Everybody does this with Hot Rod's head and put it in there. You can also take, this is made for the Prime Masters. You can take a Prime Master and turn it into its little, I guess, matrix form and stick it in. And now you've got Metal Hawk, whatever his power was, I forget. So you can do that if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and put the matrix back in. And this will fit like the combiner pegs, not the combiner pegs, the combiner hands and feet for this line. You can stick this in there and in their prime armor and whatever. I'm not going to do it, but you can do it. It's something that can be done. And this just goes right back in here. If I can, there we go. Okay, go ahead in. Let's go ahead and get you in. Maybe have it upside down. Let's try the other way. I'm pretty sure this isn't, no, that's not the right way. It's this way. There we go. So we got it in there. We can close this back up. And we'll close this back up. And so there you've got your little dude in his, with the Matrix in his gigantic backpack. Again, they should remold this. What they should do actually is, like I said, turn this into Jinrai and then just have the feet facing the other way and have the arms and legs facing, facing that way. And I think that would make a sort of decent looking thing as long as this big backpack thing isn't here. I mean, if it's just the truck mode there, I mean, Hasbro, you can do it. I know you can. I have faith in you. So, anyway, so let's move them to the side. We're going to go ahead and take this. We're going to get it into this combined mode, or super robot mode, whatever. So, just want to start unpegging panels. And, let's see. Go ahead and move this out. Go ahead and move that out. Just spread everything out. Take this, flip this around to like that, and then split the legs. Take what's going to be the feet, straighten it up like so, straighten it up like so, and then you're going to take these flaps and just keep going around like so, and fold this piece over like this, and then this tab here will tab in under there, and that makes a leg. So you do the same thing over here. You just keep folding the outside of the truck inside out, flip this over, and this slot here will fit into one of these grooves here. So flip this down, flip this around like so, and tab it in. There we go. So your legs are now done. Move on up to here. So then you want to take the arms and face them up like so. Bring this panel go up and plug in here, and then flip this panel to the side. Do the same thing over here. This'll, wait, am I doing that right? Oh, this will go this way, and flip this panel up, and that'll just kind of plug in. Okay, and then you want to take these arms and bring them down from that position, so you have the Autobot symbol facing the right way, and the arms are oriented under it. You can flap that over like so. Take this, bring it on up. Do the same thing on this side. You're going to take the hand and move it on up. Rotate this around. You can orient your hand. Close this up and flip out the smokestack. So now you've got basically the frame for Optimus. And I don't think you close this in just yet. I guess you could, but you don't have to, not yet. Take this peg here. There's a peg right here. That's the trailer hitch. Flip it on over. Then you want to take this guy, and we're going to get him into like a little box shape. So flip this up. Pull out the Optimus Prime head. Flip this in, and this will just tab in where the old Optimus head is. Let's see. I believe these stay to the side, so flip the arms up, and I think these stay to the side. We'll find out in a second. I haven't actually turned him into super mode in a while. I've had this figure for about 3 weeks, I guess. And then you're just going to fold his legs up like this, and there's 2 tabs right here, one, and they plug into slots right here. So you want to do that, and that will keep them where they're supposed to be. Just flip the toes up like they're supposed to be, and I believe we just turn the arms and fold them up like that along the back side. So rotate them and turn them up like so. We'll find out in a second if I'm right. And then you just slot this in. There we go. Yeah, I'm correct. So that it looks like this. Hold on. There's a lever down here when you want to release the figure. It took me forever to figure out which way to push. I was pushing up and it wasn't working. You're actually supposed to pull it down, and then the figure just unplugs. So you take the figure and you slide it right in. I'll turn it this way so you can see. You slide it in, and it fills out the chest. And then you just close the arms to the side, and there you have your Optimus Prime. And it looks pretty good. I gotta be honest with you, it looks better than it did in pictures. I'll bring it on back so you can see the whole combined mode. So it looks pretty good, considering that his arms now have silver on the side. Yeah, that's a problem in. Let's go ahead and click those back. That stabilized it a bit. Just make sure. Okay, you got the feet like so. I can't move the panel out the way. Okay, well, you have the feet like so. Make sure when you push it back, you push it until it clicks. There you go. And then that'll offer you more stability. You know, not too much, but it'll offer enough. So, yeah, and don't forget to flip out the smokestacks, because you want to have that whole G1 Optimus look. And it's not bad. It's actually pretty decent looking. Even though the color is broken up with the silver, actually it looks fairly good, in my opinion. And you can take the gun, put it back together like so, and then just plug it into his hand. So now he's got his, I believe it's called an ion cannon, ion rifle. So, yeah. That head sculpt is great. That head sculpt, if I can get him to stop tipping backwards, is really, really nice. It is really nice. And I'm glad they went with painted eyes instead of light piping, because it would have been easy to do that, but they did not. You can also take, if you have one of these little Prime Master guys, you can turn them into the weapon mode, and you can plug them in. Trust me, you can plug them in if this peg decides to stop unpegging itself. It's a tight fit, I'll be honest with you, but it's the... There we go. But yeah, it can fit, so you can have them wielding a Prime Master, Target Master, whatever Master, Master Blaster. You can do that. That's pretty nice. And the colors actually with this Prime Master actually match them fairly well. You know, blue and red with a little bit of yellow. Yeah, that's pretty nice. So here he is with Titans Returns Hot Rod. You can see he has gained a substantial amount of height. We'll get rid of that. Here he is with his Wavemate Hot Rod from Power of the Primes. And yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Actually, he looks a little too small, but hey, that's okay. That is okay. And then we have Titans Returns Megatron. Now we just need a bigger Megatron. I mean, I guess we could technically use Combiner Wars Megatron to, you know, to bounce off this guy, but I think we need a bigger, thicker, like beefier Megatron to match him, because I think the Titans Returns, what was it, Thrilling 30, Combiner Wars, I forget. Megatron, that one was just too, he was really narrow. But we'll get rid of you for now. There he is with Rodimus, who, I don't know. Does it seem like one is taller at the head than the other? I think Rodimus seems like he's a little bit taller than Optimus. There we go. Make sure they're centered together. No, I guess they're about the same height. I guess it's just the angle that I'm sitting in. But yeah, I mean, there we go. And I think as far as robot modes, I think he pulls it off better. Although, I mean, I still like this Rodimus robot mode, despite the fact that I wish that the colors were more uniform and that they had added flaps or something to cover up these. But we're not talking about this robot mode. We're talking about this one, and I think that looks pretty good. I mean, he's got a bit of a backpack. He's got Orion Pax on his back, but yeah, he's pretty cool. And what I like to do, if I'm honest, is I like to go ahead and take the Optimus head and put it back in. However, how does it go? And like so. I actually like using the Orion Pax head on this body, believe it or not. It kind of looks like he's like in a mech suit or something. Like, I don't know, I just like the way that looks. I mean, it looks dumb on the camera now, but in hand, it doesn't look quite as weird. I don't know. And it makes him look like he's a bigger bot than he actually is, with the way the, you know, and then also you get a lot more articulation with the head. At least you get the up and down and turns left and right. He's pretty good. Oh, I didn't even go over any of the robot's articulations, did I? I did not. Bod me. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that now. So with both heads, you get left and right. With this head, you get a little bit of up and down. You don't get with the other head. Rotates 360, in and out here, upper or actually it's not even upper, it's mid-bicep. Mid-bicep swivel. You get an elbow, and that's it. The hands don't move. The hands are molded in spot. You've got no waist for this mode. Don't worry, we'll go over Orion Pax's in a minute. The legs go about that far forward, that far back. The knees bend that much, and you do have back and forth and a little bit of left and right, so you can get an A stance if you need to. So if you want, you can get a dynamic pose out of old Orion Pax / Optimus. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the robot mode real quick. And get the frickin' legs to stop popping off. Again, that's a peeve of mine. I don't understand. The legs should not just pop off so easily. Like, I'm not even doing very... Look! I just wiggled it back and forth and it popped right off. Nope, it just wiggles its way out. Something on there isn't correct. It's not... It's probably, like, I don't know if you can see this. You can see some mold flash. You can see some deformities in there. Maybe if I clear that out, maybe it'll pop in and stay in better. But I shouldn't have to do that, Hasbro. That should already have been done at the factory. Okay. So, let's go ahead and get him in his bot mode. Ouch. Not hurting myself, damn it. Just don't like this new freaking crayon feeling plastic. Okay, so we already did the head. The head wiggle wigglies, turn sideways. 360 at the shoulder. It's a ball joint. So far, I really haven't had an issue with the arms popping off, surprisingly. It's also got a butterfly joint, so you can do with that as you will if you want to make him be seated like he's going, oh, I'm so super muscular. You're not. Stop it. He did a few curls. That's all he did. He's got double jointed elbows. He's got... This is an upper bicep swivel. His hands only turn in that direction for transformation. No waist, but his whole hip, everything turns. He's got an upper thigh. He has upper thigh wiggle. Okay. He's got bend at the knee, so you get about, is that 90 degrees? I don't know how many you get an L shape. We'll go with that. And his toes move, but like you really aren't gonna get to use that for very much. It doesn't. He doesn't. I guess it does work a little bit, but I don't know. Dang it! All right, so I'm really gonna have to go in there with an X-Acto knife or something and try to get that flash out and see if that helps keeps the leg on better. So yeah, there you go. There is Prime, Power of the Prime, Optimus Prime with Orion Pax. And yeah, I picked this figure up at Walmart or Target. I forget which one. I think it was Target. I got the hot rod at Walmart. He's not a bad figure, but he's not a good one. I love this is why I got this figure. That there. As far as looking like Orion Pax, it looks the part perfectly. But again, this new plastic that they're using sucks. It sucks. It's not thin. It's not thin like I remember they were using the other plastic and it was so thin it was actually see-through. You could put your finger behind it and see your finger moving. So it's not that, thank goodness. It's just not a good plastic. It's not. And then you've got issues with the legs just popping off, like on mine. I actually had both legs pop off on me earlier. Y'all saw that. Or maybe you'll see it. I don't know if I'll leave it in there. Maybe I might end up cutting it out by accident. But yeah, I mean, it could have been so much better. This thing could have been, had they filled in these pieces and had the issues with the legs been taken care of, this actually could have been, I would have gladly put this on my masterpiece shelf if I had one. As a matter of fact, it'll still go on my masterpiece shelf if I had one, because okay, you might not be able to do much with him, but as far as standing, even with the gaps, he looks. Look at that. Look at that. Is amazing. That there is not amazing, and that's not amazing, but the overall presence of the overall look of this figure is amazing. How does that look like? Oh, I know, that's for the chest. Is amazing. It looks right. It just doesn't feel right. So, as with every other thing in this line, except for maybe the little Prime Masters, make your own decision. I can't tell you that this is a must-have, because honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that they nailed the look, and that I really have been waiting for this character to be represented this way for 30 years, 31 years, I don't know. From whenever they had the episode of Optimus Prime's origin on G1, that's how long I've been waiting for this toy. That said, I was gonna say I'm Optimus Prime. Oh my god, I'm so tired. I am Islip. Thanks for watching this video. Ciao.